The chosen one. Prepare for a divine rendezvous. It'll be unexpected. This is not the regular season. This is not an ordinary time in your life. Something precious is going to unfold in front of your eyes. A heavenly appointment has been planned in the world that you cannot yet perceive, but you will soon feel it. Heaven has arranged a secret rendezvous between you and destiny. You may not know the hour's coordinates or the procedure, but you should know this. Something bigger than you could have dreamed is calling to you. This is not an everyday meeting. This is a sacred gathering that has been scheduled to change everything in your life. So watch this video till the conclusion. The chosen one. You came here by divine invitation. This is not a coincidence. This message is a holy reminder that desires may still come true. And the cosmos is listening. Write your sincerest wishes in the comments section, along with the numbers 777, and let the frequency of your goal to trigger a strong release in the environment. You're not inputting a number. You are now unlocking a sign. The chosen one. I like this video. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. Let we begin. You've sensed a stirring. You had a feeling something unique was on its way, but you couldn't put your finger on it. You could feel the murmurs of change, the draw of something unknown, and the hush before a breakthrough that wasn't imagined. That was alignment. That was preparation. That was heavenly, preparing your soul to accept what your eyes have never seen, but something your spirit has always known. You're almost there. You are on the verge of something wonderful, something divinely created just for you. This meeting will be unlike anything you've ever done before. It is not just an answered prayer. It's a lovely surprise wrapped in elegance. You did not gain it via force. You did not modify it. You united with it by overcoming what should have shattered you. You established yourself not by perfection, but through tenacity. You said yes even though it didn't make logic. You stepped ahead while fear advised you to flee. You kept the light burning in your spirit, even when the world around you was drenched in gloom. And now the divine is going to greet you, where your heart has been waiting the longest. The astonishment does not stem only from the interaction. It is in the way things will develop. It will not be permitted. Trumpet or major announcement. It might be a gentle whisper, startling connection, or a calm tranquility that drowns out your stress. It might come from the most unexpected person or happen in an unassuming location. But make no mistake, it will be magnificent. This is how paradise functions. Not always in thunder, but always in reality. Not always noisy, but always powerful. You've been prepared for this moment in ways you didn't even realize. Every delay, diversion, and disappointment did not constitute a rejection. It was a redirection. The timing has to be heavenly. The location needed to be accurate. Your heart had to be softened, sharpened, and sanctified, not for punishment, but for status. God was not just arranging the blessing for you. He was preparing you to receive the blessing. And now, because of all you've been through, you're finally ready for what's coming. The chosen one. You are about to enter a moment that will alter the tale you tell about yourself. This experience will not just bless you. It will awaken you. It will remind you of who you really are. It will shatter the falsehoods that have been told throughout your life and quiet the doubts that have sought to hold you down. You were never supposed to go undetected. You were never meant to remain concealed. You were always intended to encounter the supernatural face-to-face in a moment that would permanently change your life. And that time is closer than you realize. What's coming is holy. This is not simply another breakthrough. It is a heavenly unveiling. It's the kind of alignment that explains why it had to be you. Why did you have to bear the betrayal? Why did you have to trek through seasons of silence? Why you had to learn patience in areas when nobody applauded you? The meeting you are going to have will make everything make sense. You won't just receive affection. You will understand. You won't just be raised. You will become awakened. Don't be shocked if things start to change suddenly. What took years to create will now come together in a matter of minutes. What seemed to be a delay will now be considered as divine protection. You're not behind. You are on track for the miraculous encounter that has your name on it. Trust that this heavenly moment will not simply happen. It's being choreographed with precision. The intricacies are not being overlooked. Divine coordinates are being established. You may feel as if nothing is occurring. You may be asking why you've had to wait this long. Remember this, however. The quiet before a spiritual encounter is never punishment. It is a sacred moment, a holy breath before the wonder of new life enters you. Do not mistake the stillness. The skies are not passive. They're preparing the route. What you see as quiet is in fact a divine arrangement going place behind a veil. A glorious reveal is on the way, and it will be strange. People who previously neglected you will now acknowledge you. Doors that were previously locked will now swing open without resistance. Resources that were previously out of reach will now be easily accessible. It's not luck. It's an alignment. You have shifted into position, and now heaven is putting everything in order. This experience is not only for your advantage, it is for your call. What you're going to go through will give you the confidence to completely embrace the role you were born with. It is not only a gift, it is a responsibility. It is not just a favor. It's a heavenly commission. You've been trusted with this moment because you've shown faithfulness throughout the waiting. You did not quit. You did not give up. And now what was promised is about to become a reality. Allow your soul to be eager. Allow your spirit to be calm and ready. Do not overthink this situation. Simply ready your heart. The rendezvous, the place you're going to walk into, will not need credentials. It will not inquire about your credentials. It will identify your identity. It will perceive your spirit. And it will recognize your persistence. More to come, and it will bring with it grandeur. There are times in life that go by silently, scarcely recalled. And then there are those times that are so full of meaning that they are permanently imprinted on your soul. This sacred gathering is one of such occasions. It is being designed not just to modify your day, but also to reset your destiny. This is more than just a meeting. It's a clash between heaven's will and your preparation. You will not be the same after this. You cannot experience heavenly orchestration while being average. There is a holy quiet before destiny manifests itself. And that is the stage you are now at. It may seem that nothing is occurring, yet under the surface, God is constructing the bridge between your present position and your next level. The transformation begins spiritually before it becomes apparent. And right now, your spirit is being called to a greater dimension. The invitation is not casual. It's not common. You were picked. You were selected. There is a time-sensitive anointing put on you, which is directly related to this future meeting. The surprise will not just be what shows up. The ease with which everything comes together will be key. What used to take unending effort will now flow effortlessly. What seemed like resistance will now be replaced with heavenly acceleration. You'll feel it. You will know when you are in the present moment. Heaven has planned for you all along. It may be hidden in everyday circumstances, but your spirit will detect the heavenly fingerprints on it. Get ready. The scenario in your life is about to alter. The environment around you has already responded to your preparation. People are being transported. The circumstances are shifting. Delays are being removed. The invisible world is acting on your behalf. And not just for a little change. This is a significant alignment. You're being positioned for visibility. The version of yourself that was previously concealed, neglected, or undervalued is now being brought to the forefront. You will not need to push your way into the following chapter. You will be ushered inside. And it will not be because of who you know. It will be because of who you are. This sacred gathering was not the consequence of networking, manipulation, or trying. Heaven recognizes your honesty. The divine does not react to appearance. It reacts to alignment. And right now, your existence is filled with the sound of ready. This is not about fame. It is not about ego. It's about the task. It's about living out your spiritual purpose. Everything changes when you come upon this meeting. Your voice will carry new weight. Your presence will convey spiritual power. The spots where you once felt uneasy will now seem familiar. You will not need to explain yourself. You will just embody the transformation. You're being separated from the old. Not because the old was bad, but because it no longer matches the ideas you used to have, battles you used to fight. You used to shrink into these spheres. Everything is becoming too little for who you're becoming. You are being stretched to greatness. It is unpleasant. Yes, but it is required. You cannot transport old energy to a new dimension. Don't be startled if you sense things being removed from your life. That is part of the preparation. The heavenly encounter demands similarity. What is fading away is not being stolen. It is being relinquished. You can trust that. Trust the release. You aren't losing. You're making room for something far bigger than your present intellect can fathom. You are being emptied so that you may be filled with splendor. You'll look back on this period and understand it wasn't about what you lacked. It was all about how things were set up for optimal delivery. The detours were not diversions. These were heavenly rerouting instructions. You did not miss anything. In fact, you've arrived just in time for the biggest surprise heaven has ever planned for you. Allow your spirit to stay open, even if your surrounds seem unchanging. Divine encounters often occur when least anticipated. But when they arrive, they do so with obvious clarity. Your soul will declare, "This is it," and you will understand. Not logically, but via heavenly resonance. You will feel it in your bones. You will feel it in your heart. You will inhale it from the environment. Something precious is going to crash with your world. Those who previously questioned you will be silenced. Not by your answers, but by your promotion. Your climb will be subtle, but evident. You won't have to yell. You will shine. And the brightness that surrounds you will be beyond this planet. It will be the result of a divine encounter. You will exude the strength of someone who stood in the path of fate and returned. Chain, the chosen one. Prepare your internal world. Secure your tranquility. Improve your judgment. This is not the time for misunderstanding. Now is the moment for clarity. Overthinking will not provide clarity. It will result from alignment, from stillness. It stems from trust. You do not need to pursue anything right now. You just need to be in place. Allow the surprise to come to you. Allow heaven to offer it in its own unique manner. The divine does not follow human timescales. It moves when your spiritual state matches the needs of the moment. And now the circumstances are aligning. The sky are open. The confrontation is approaching. The promise is in action. Do not attempt to forecast the result. Simply prepare the altar of your heart to accept it. It is occurring, the chosen one, and it will be more gorgeous, more powerful, and more revolutionary than you ever imagined imaginable. This heavenly rencounter will not only unlock doors, it will open your eyes. You will begin to view yourself in the same way that heaven has always done. You learn more through the prism of prior failures or traumas, as well as from the viewpoint of people who never recognized your value. This meeting will change your self-perception. It will remind you of your regal status. It will take you out of the darkness and into a light that was designed just for you. You could have wandered for years with questions. Why me? Why this? Why now? However, after this interaction, the answers will come in the form of proof rather than words. The fruit of your trust will start to blossom. You will not only watch change, but also become it. You'll embody the breakthrough. Your actions will speak louder than your prayers ever could. This is the reveal. This is the moment when what was before concealed starts to shine. You will not need to beg to be noticed. You will not need to persuade anybody to believe in you. The hand of God in your life will be too clear to ignore. Your actions will be so well planned that even diversions will seem deliberate. You'll never longer question if you're at the proper spot. You will know you are not entering a season. You are entering a hallowed age. The time for wondering is done. The time for questioning is past. You are about to enter into heavenly clarity, heavenly confidence, and heavenly cooperation. And when this occurs, you will sense an inner confirmation that states, "This is the moment I was created for." There's a reason you're feeling this strain. There's a reason why your spirit has been restless. It is the contraction that occurs before birth. You are being crushed. You are being crowned. Stretching is preparation. The tension is wonderful. Weight is being added to your calling. This meeting is not for relief. It's all about releasing. Every talent, anointing, and grace that has been waiting to be awakened inside you is now released. You are entering a domain in which you will no longer need to chase opportunity. Instead, opportune pity will pursue you. Far will recognize your name. Doors will open because to essence rather than effort. You've become the epitome of alignment. Now the universe must answer. Not out of duty, but because you have finally achieved the frequency of satisfaction. People will believe you changed suddenly, but they will not know the nights you grieved, the days you questioned, or the prayers you muttered in secret. They will be unaware of the inward metamorphosis, covert sacrifices, and private sorrow. But heaven knows. Heaven has documented every seed, stride, and surrender. And now, heaven is repaying you in the most magnificent manner conceivable. With an appointment, only the selected will get. You didn't beg for attention. You requested for alignment. As a result, you will attract attention that is not based on self-promotional tactics. It emanates from the holy spotlight. You were created to be a symbol and a marvel. You were created to serve as a live reminder that the supernatural is still operating in the earth and that God continues to appoint. That destiny is still calling. The heavenly surprises continue to unravel. So be ready. Do not attempt to find out the procedure. Simply create place in your soul. Clear off any old doubts. Clear away the mental clutter. Open the window to your faith. The winds of change are blowing your way, and they bring with them the scent of breakthrough. The spiritual transformation will occur before the physical one. You will feel it before seeing it. But when it arrives, it will confirm what your heart already knew. There will be no misunderstanding or second thinking. Only tranquility, only delight, only irrefutable proof that this is what your spirit has been longing for. Let this be your confirmation. What's coming isn't arbitrary. It's a revelation. You're being summoned because your name was called in the invisible rooms. Your presence has been sought by divine decree, not because you are flawless, but because you are prepared. Heaven does not seek human opinion before promoting. Heaven does not seek permission to favor you. When the time comes, it happens. And the moment you selected is now. Do not shrink. Don't second guess. Do not postpone your arrival by questioning your value. Rise in grace. Walk in with confidence. Your presence alone conveys a message. It informs the world that something sacred is taking on here. This encounter will serve as both a reward and a revelation. It will reward you for obeying. However, it will also disclose to you the next degree of your identity. You believe you understand who you are. However, following this, you will encounter a new version of yourself, one born from holy height. Do not be shocked if you feel alone right now. Separation is frequently the last step before manifestation. Heaven must eliminate distractions before to the download. You are not solitary due to your discomfort. You are being positioned for presence, closeness, and power. Everything that has seemed delayed will finally make sense. The numbers you previously got will now change to go. The locked doors will swing open, not because you pushed them, but because you have matured into a person who no longer has to knock. You may simply stroll in since the following season does not need authorization. It demands presence. And your presence is sufficient. The chosen one. This is more than simply a moment in your life. It is the time that all previous moments have been preparing you for the type of heavenly encounter you're going to have. It doesn't merely affect your situation. It rewrites the blueprint for your existence. You are not just stepping into a heavenly encounter. You're entering the heart of who you've always been meant to be. And it will surprise you. Not because you're unworthy, but because it exceeds your wildest expectations.